Hello, hello. Let me double check that my mic is being picked up. It is. Huzzah. Chatting. My mic is dusty. Ver dusty. Oh my goodness. That took a hot second. Yes, I'm still a Crimbus angel because it's still Crimbus. You cannot convince me otherwise. Like literally until like Saturday. I'm serious. Saturday's the 12th day of Christmas! Or no. Tomorrow's the 12th. Wait. I can't math. Yeah, I can't math. It is whatever. Anyway, happy year of the dragon. Woo! That's why we have a dragon friend over here. Which direction? That direction. Look over there. Look at them. Look at this beautiful bean. I don't have a name for them yet. They're here. I don't know if they're queer. I haven't asked them about it. Get used to it. So you may be asking yourself, what are we doing today? Why is this a just chatting stream? Why don't you do a thing? Entertain me. Because shut up. Shh. So, my holiday was spent having Virgo. Not Virgo. I am a Virgo. I constantly am having Virgo. Just in my very nature. From the day I was born. Anyway. Vertigo. There we go. I had constant vertigo. 24/7. For like 2 weeks. Yay, it's great. This is a side effect of a new medication. And then I talked to the psychiatrist and she was like, that's bad. You should cut that in half, and you also shouldn't drive when you have vertigo. And I was like, oh, that's cool. I totally didn't drive with vertigo. What are you talking about? No one can prove anything. I did not do that because I am a responsible adult. And I understand common sense. And no one can prove otherwise. As far as you guys know. Anyway. You know what would be handy is if I had figured out how to do a hand cam because one of the things I wanted to do was a tarot reading. Yay! And you know what I did not finish before I, got here? Typing up resolutions on, a fancy background or screen or something, so we'll just have to pretend that doesn't exist. What? No, I started doing things and then I kept saying a sentence and the sentence doesn't make sense anymore. So hey, guess what? Y'all get to see me do the thing. Let me see if this is set up right. Let's find out together. What an adventure. It's not. Don't worry about that. What's this? Eh? Oh. I see. You know what? That's fine. I'll change it. We'll go here. Oh my god, it's so big. Look, so apparently when I said the scuff is over, I lied. Haha. Because the scuff is here all the time. It's in our hearts and souls. It's the friends we made along the way. Etc., etc., etc. You know, I don't like this. I've changed my mind. I've changed my mind. There. There we go. As you can see, I have words. I also have things actually... Look, this is how I organize things. This is not good. In case you haven't noticed, it's bad. I cannot see how loud I am in comparison to the background music. And that upsets me. It makes me upset spaghetti. Look, I know that there's like a certain level that I'm supposed to be. There's like a whole like graphic on it. I don't know. Double checking, making sure where do my name be? We don't know. We don't care. Anyway, welcome to Words. See, it was gonna be all cute, and then I was like, wait, how do I organize this? And then I was like, I don't know, and then I put it in this document, and then I stopped, and I don't know. Point being, no one knows what's happening. Welcome to the new year. So how did y'all ring in the new year anyway? I mostly did so by crashing Loon's stream on New Year's Eve. And she actually had a very long stream, as she often does on New Year's. I played D&D before that and then went directly from D&D to her stream. So we played, the King of the Castle? Is that what it's called? I don't remember. Played that over there. I mean, that's mostly just a game that you can play with your chat. So I was in chat and it was great. And chat did not win. Loon won. Hooray. But In the last 3 hours, we switched to playing Lethal Company, and I joined that, actually, so, you know, if you want to go check out her VOD for the last 3 hours to see what the fuck I was doing on New Year's Eve, that's what I was doing. I was learning how to play Lethal Company, and I was bad at it, and I got lost a lot. I feel like that is, that's just what I'm gonna be like when playing Lethal Company, is constantly, where did Veer go? We lost her. Because I turned a corner and I turned back around and then I was like, wait, I don't remember which direction I'm facing. Nothing makes sense. Everything is terrible. And by terrible, I mean it's great. I did get eaten by a dog trying to close the door, though. But that was also funny, so. Oh, and then I fell into geometry, and the geometry killed me. I think I fell out of the world. I was trying to climb up a hill, and it was dark, and it was stormy, and I was confused. And I fell through geometry. Wouldn't it be funny if I just silently sat in your stream, leaving you in constant fear of when I'm going to redeem a sound alert? Yeah, that would be funny. Constant fear. Eternal fear. Anyway, geometry killed me. Math is evil. That's our takeaway here. So what are we doing in the new year? Let's do resolutions, I fucking guess. You forgot to get a spoon for your food? That's okay. Just stick your face in it and slurp it up that way. It'll be fine. That won't be messy at all. Oh, speaking of food, I got cookies from Walgreens, and I don't like them as much as I thought I would. So now I'm sad. Also, there were no bugles at Walgreens. And that also made me sad, because that's part of the whole reason that I went there. But I did get Doritos, so. It's my consolation prize, Doritos. I didn't fucking want Doritos, though. I wanted bugles. I will take the Doritos, though. Oh, today was my first day back at work. Oh, yeah. I would, of course, originally ask, Rai, how was your New Year's? But you were there. You were playing Lethal Company. But I mean, Rai, how was your New Year's? How did you spend it? I have no idea. Okay. I got my spoon. What'd I miss? Me asking you how your New Year's was as if we weren't playing the same game in the same lobby together. Don't worry about it. I'd ask how your New Year's was, but you were there and we were playing Lethal Company. Exactly. So in summation, how was my New Year's? My New Year's was great. I played Lethal Company. In summation, that is how Ryan and I spent New Year's over on Loon's channel. That was not planned beforehand, or I would have probably said something. Whoops. No. This is on caps. I really want to do more group stuff with people. Well, funnily enough, Rai, do more collabs is one of my resolutions for 2024. Because I love those streams. They're fun. They are the most fun, in fact. We should play Lethal Company with your furry mods. I actually saw something even worse. On Joel's channel, Porcelain Maid. the other day, like literally, I don't know, last night. I changed the oil on my car for New Year's Eve. I know how to party. Woo! Kendra is crazy over here, y'all. Is it the thick mod? Yes. I assume that's what it's called because I saw some of, you know, his fellow players and I'm like, that, I don't know what that mod is called, but if I tried to look it up, I think it would start with thick. The jiggle physics were quite something. We should get that mod. Oh god. I think I could send it to you, yeah. Yeah, we should definitely have a little mod pack that we use that does terrible, terrible things. I still think we should do the Skinwalker mod because that would be terrifying. Give Veer the thick. I mean, you know, we could all be thick. We're all thick in our hearts, which is actually a problem. That is called something. Have you seen the twerking mod? I have. On someone else's channel. I saw the twerking mod. It's like, that is an interesting emote that they added. Very on brand for that channel. I think it was either H2O Delirious or Cartoons. I don't know. They're in like the same group, so whatever. I'm thick in the head according to people. See? Thick in the soul. That's totally what that means. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. But yes, number 1 resolution in regards to, you know, the channel. And this jazz. Obviously there are personal resolutions and stuff like that, but those are, you know, a whole different thing. Is do more collabs. Because I find them fun. I'm pretty sure other people do too. What was one of my other ones? Let's start with just channel things. Why do I want to do it specifically on that when I have like written stuff down here? I don't know. Oh, I also want to make affiliate or get to affiliate. I'm just gonna put the word affiliate. I don't know how to phrase it. This year at some point. So in the next 12 months. At some point, that'd be great. Which ideally means more advertising and things and growth, and to achieve growth we do things like make a content calendar or something like other people do, so that I know exactly what I'm doing several months ahead of time. And I mean, granted, I can change it any old time because, let's be real, the content calendar is mostly for me, and you guys will just find out week to week. But I'd actually like to plan things and be like, okay, this is how many days a week that I'm streaming, because realistically, could I increase from 2 days? Probably not most weeks. Because that's... I already do 2 days in a row, generally, of D&D. And then it's a work day, and then a work day and stream, then a work day, then a work day and stream, and then a work day. And then D&D. So, trying to be realistic with myself and my limitations means I cannot safely say that I could do more than 2 days a week, but I'd like to plan out what games I'm doing when and what content I'm putting out when. So, like a more solid calendar plan that's like, on this day, like on Wednesdays we wear pink. On this day we do this. Which, We'll include games like we're gonna finish Cult of the Lamb. I almost called it Call of the Lamb. I don't know why. Cult of the Lamb, finish that. I guess I could put finish Cult of the Lamb here. I'm not going to. Look. Actually, it's a sub. That's a sub goal to that, I guess. Finish Cult of the Lamb. And if continuing the sub goal of content calendar is continue Pioneer Legacy, because, you know, doing that regularly would be great. Doing anything regularly would be great, honestly. But let's be realistic. Trying to play to my strengths, and, you know, I am erratic and crazy. So, you know how that goes. What else did I want to do? That had to do with that. Let's go all the way down here. Okay. Model, then there's content. Oh, right. I wanted to possibly add things such as figuring out how the fuck to do ASMR. Because I am ASMR. Because I'm convinced I will do it wrong. I'm also not sure that I get the tinglies that people describe. I mean, I can induce tinglies. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be. The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. Obviously with ASMR, that's either dedicated YouTube content or streams where alerts are off, because we can't do an ASMR stream when there's thunder. We just can't. That's just evil. Which does remind me, yes, I would. You could just ask us to behave. I mean, I could. Would it work? No. But I could. See, I'd like to try ASMR. You don't know that. You know, I kind of do. I have a feeling, somewhere in my soul, that it will not work. Anyway. Now, what would I do for ASMR? I am not sure. Probably... I haven't redeemed a sound alert yet today, so I can be good. Yes, but I feel like you just said... You're just holding off to torment me. Ergo, that's not really good. But I suppose it does suit, you know, the whole ASMR thing. So, I mean, you know. That's fair. I realize my head is in front of the whatever. I lost my train of thought, which often happens. Love that. Great stuff. So with ASMR, I guess I have to study it more to understand what exactly I would like to do. Personally, I just like the sound of clicky-clacky keyboards. I am not the target audience for ASMR, I feel. But storybook reading, probably. Storybooks. Once again, I like the click-clack of typing. Perhaps I will do that. I will have to figure out storybooks that I can actually read on stream. Or just again, possibly just dedicated, like, YouTube specific content. Which is another thing that I wanted to do. Look, realistically, this will involve typing. Click-clack typing. I just really like how it sounds, okay? I'm sorry. The lusty Argonian maid. Honestly? Yeah. Leads me to YouTube-specific content. So things that's not how you spell content. There's no L in content. It's also not spelled content. This is fantastic. YouTube-specific content. Which could be things like ASMR, like up there, like I said. So, like ASMR, possibly. Or story talk of some kind. That doesn't need to be. Look, I'm moving my hands and you guys can't see because I haven't set that up yet. There is an asset out there for live 2D specifically to use the camera, and it picks up your hands and it can actually do the hand thing. Although I might have to adjust, my camera angle for that. For someone who's long-term hoping for more out of streaming, I feel like I should put more thought into my stuff. See, same, honestly. Things that I haven't done yet. I mean, reading definitely I haven't done yet. But also, like, analyzing stories and stuff. I'd like to... I need to, like, study up on, like, terminology and such. Because I can... Okay, so when you're, like, a native speaker of a language, there are some things that you just kind of know. Like... There are many things that I've had... This has a point, I promise. There are many things that I've had to explain to, like, kid and kidlet as they were growing up. I'd be like, that is not how you say that in English. That's not how you phrase it. We don't say that my foot is ouching. That's not how you use the word ouch. You say my foot is hurting. Like, there are certain rules that, like, you just know. Because you were raised with the language. Of course you know them. It's like, it feels innate. I mean, it's not actually innate because you did have to learn it at some point. But you absorbed that. And similarly, there are a lot of things that I know about storytelling and literature and all that, like, I know, but it's hard to explain because I can't remember the actual terminology for a lot of things, etc., etc. So I'd like to look into that and then be able to, I should put that under things to learn, actually. I'm gonna do it on the boring one. This is the boring one. Welcome to it. Literary terminology. See, it's so boring. It's pretty, but it's boring. Spoilers. Yeah, for YouTube specific content, it would be like there are people who do videos talking about, like, aspects of certain, like, shows or movies or things like that, and it might be nice to do, like, little analyses things, because I find those interesting sometimes. It's just, getting myself to focus long enough to do them. Aha. But I feel like it makes it harder to gauge how you're doing when you don't get feedback. I mean, that is true. This is true. I was saying something. Something was our story talk, which leads to things such as last time I streamed Divinity, somebody came in like 2 hours in and said, "My man, you got 2 FPS." Well, that's a problem. Well, so what? But good to know. But I wish I knew that 2 hours earlier. Yeah. I feel like that's also something I had to learn to do with, like, because I have so many things open right now, which definitely doesn't help the whole, how well things run, especially when I was still using Streamlabs. So a lot of the time I can monitor it myself because... Hold on. Okay. Learn video editing. That goes with the doing dedicated YouTube content and also like making clips and shit. I mean, formatting them for YouTube Shorts. But one thing that I've recently been talking to my counselor about, among other things. Hey, Loon! It got my head out of the game for a while, and it made me wonder if I want to finish Divinity proper. Oh no. Well, that's not good. We're talking about streaming stuff. We are! We're talking about... Yes, streaming things. One thing that I was talking to my counselor about was asking people for help and how I'm bad at that, and how, like, because of that, I need to do every single thing myself, which leads me to want to do video editing and want to learn how to do live 2D rigging specifically, because, okay, for that one I am specifically too poor to pay someone else to do it. Like, I am literally too poor. But that's why I have the setup that I do with everything, so that I can literally look at my stream and be like, I am lagging and stuff, because apparently I am a control freak and I am obsessed with doing every single thing myself. You know what I think is one of my biggest disadvantages is in streaming? What words? Yes, continue, Rye. Oh, speaking of help things, is, wait, we're on Learn, right? We're on Learn. The other thing I wanted to learn was, like, because I found a class thingy. I never really wanted to point it out, but I feel like it's certainly a factor. Well, there are many things that if you learn these things, however, you could have VTuber children of your own someday, which is a very lucrative game. This is true, Loon. This is true. I think it's that I went in and didn't really have to bring anyone in my life prior. Oh. I will say, having... Well, I guess that could mean multiple things. I'm overthinking your comment now. Another thing I do. But yeah, I could potentially have VTuber children. It would be interesting to make, for instance, live, like, 2D versions of, like, some people I know, like you, Loon, and you, Rai, and, like, even Mr. Chaos fucking Gremlin Zix. I didn't have prior IRL friends to tell about it. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, I have Kendra in here, obviously. She's hanging around. Everyone say hello to Kendra. Hello, Kendra. There's nobody in my life I'd want to bring into this. That's fair. That's I myself have been very slow to tell people in real life about this, except aside from like Kendra and my friend and our friend Alyssa and stuff. I suppose I could push harder on some people and be like, hey, please follow me on Twitch. You don't have to watch me, just follow me, please. But I feel bad doing that because it's like, no, I don't want to bother you. It's like, I'm just doing this thing. You don't have to worry about it, though. Don't worry about it. I don't need support at all. I'm doing the thing, but like, it's not a big deal. Me pretending it's... and I pretend it's not a big deal. For me, I think I want this whole thing to be completely separate from my existing life. And that is fair. And incredibly valid. There is definitely... Meanwhile, me helping my mother make a Twitch account minutes after starting. I have not fully explained this to my parents. Like, I've mentioned it in passing. It's like, oh yeah, sometimes when I'm streaming. They don't know about the whole everything. They really don't. The only people who really know, like, IRL people are Kendra, Alyssa, my counselor, of course. Because if I don't tell her this shit, then what's even the fucking point of having a counselor? No, I'm not the same person you know when I'm in person. I mean, this is true. There are everyone has different facets of themselves, is the thing. Different parts of ourselves we show to different people. Like, how I am in person with Kendra is different from how I am with, well, it's not different from when I'm online with her, really. That's pretty much the same. But it's different from how I interact with, like, my parents, for instance. My parents see a different side of me. It's different from how I interact with my sister. Any of my siblings, really. How I interact with individual siblings varies from sibling to sibling. And it's just... People are very complicated. We are multifaceted. There are certain ways, definitely, that I think that... Like, I'm a different person when I'm streaming, different person when I'm with my IRL friends, different person when I am playing D&D with my D&D friends, specifically online, because that's very different from doing it in person. I would have to know them very well to do it in person. So there are certain things that's like me when I'm streaming is like, that's okay to share with Kendra, that's okay to share with my friends and to share with my D&D friends and stuff, but it's not exactly like, I don't want to be that person in front of my parents, necessarily, or most of my siblings. I have minimal personality with the IRL people currently in my life. You know, somehow I feel that. Weirdly. I say weirdly because I feel like I am more... You'd think I'm exaggerating, but I'm not really. I believe you. I can see how you could... I mean... it's kind of a thing. Okay, that's another thing that that I sort of talked with my counselor about was it's just a lot. It's hard to make my thoughts be words. Which in part is why it might be a good idea to do YouTube specific content, because then I have to like create a script and stuff and edit it and make it all work, because being live is very, very different in trying to describe the thoughts I am thunking. um, I have at times definitely. Well, I'm probably thinking of something different, though, let's be honest. I mean, the human experience is vast and wildly different for everybody. But what you said makes me think of, like, emotional blunting, kind of, or which isn't exactly the right term. It's not quite emotional blunting, it's more personality blunting, kind of, or just, in my case, it's kind of shutting down, maybe? I guess? Well, it's not really shutting down. Blunting feels like the right word for it. For me, in regards to my mom, I think it's that she really doesn't understand most things, especially online, and I don't want that trouble. Fair. I just don't want to try to explain this to my parents. It's not like, I mean, and yet at the same time, I've explained it like, oh yeah, my friend Loon who streams. I've explained it from that perspective, but for some reason, when it applies to me, it is different, and I don't want to have to explain that to them. It's similar to why, like, I'm also technically not out to my parents, because I just don't want to explain. And I feel like it makes things difficult. Even though I'm sure it would be fine. But at the same time, I also don't want to put myself out there and be like, risk getting the response, you just haven't met the right person yet, or things like that, or like with streaming, like, well, can you monetize that? I mean, are you really doing anything with your life, etc., etc., etc. I think that's one thing that really turned me away from my family, was that they were too overbearing on my interests. Ah. Now, overbearing in a negative way or a positive way? Either way, it's a lot. It can be a lot. Like, sometimes there are things we look at our family and we're like, okay, I can appreciate what they're trying to do, but I need them to not. Too much positive, so much so that it became annoying. Yeah. There's... It be that way sometimes, where it's like, I know you're trying to help. You're trying to be positive, you're trying to be like, do good things, and I appreciate that, but oh my god, I need you to not. I need you to back up. See, I find it seems like it's, I don't know, we're just very different people with our families. Like, people tend to be, in my experience, what I've seen, is people tend to be very different with their families than, like, with friends and online and such. Yeah, my sister used to ask me about my day every single day of my life. All the audacity. And it got really, really annoying. Yeah. I feel like I could be that person, but not really as a sister, though. Granted, my relationship with my siblings is very different, because 99% of the time I'd have nothing to say. Wow, me. At any family function, when the older generation is like, so what have you done? What have you been doing with your time? And I'm just like, I don't know. Nothing. If I did, she'd want to hear everything. The enthusiasm. Definitely helps to try to step back and be like, okay. I'm gonna try to appreciate where they're coming from. But still kind of try to set a boundary there and be like, okay, you're kind of exhausting me. My mom actually told me something recently about, like, my reaction to having difficult. That sister talks like a valley girl. Like, oh my god, really? Oh my god, that's crazy. Oh, speaking of, learn voice acting. Couldn't hurt. Literally because there's like a sale on some like online classes and stuff, and I saw one that pertains to voice acting. Specifically, it's more of a broader thing. Yeah, I lived with that all my childhood. Oh my god, did you find that, like, annoying or something? What could possibly be annoying about, like, a valley girl? Okay, we're losing it a little bit. Well, I am losing the... Yeah, I saw a class thing, and I was like, you know, that could be interesting. It's less, like... characters... Well... It's less, like, voice acting for animation and stuff, and more of a focus on, like, audiobook reading, which I feel like could be helpful. And, like, it's on sale and it couldn't hurt. This is gonna sound really weird and mean, but I don't really want my family to see me happy. But hear me out. Okay, that does sound really weird. But I will hear you out. Oh, side note, apparently my nephew in Chicago kind of wants to get into voice acting. Not the audiobook kind that I'm talking about, but like, you know, voice acting for like characters and video games and shit. So that's cool. That's like some of the only news I've heard about him lately. Because anytime I express joy, my family would latch onto it and be overbearing. Oh, no. Oh, no. And that's just trouble for me. See, I can see what you're saying. I can see that. Valid feelings. I also know somewhat what my counselor would probably say to that, is that not exactly what she would say, but probably something along the lines of reframing your perspective, etc., etc. I don't fucking know. I haven't gone to... I find psychology fascinating, but I don't know enough about it to talk about it at length. Although that would be an interesting thing to go into. But no. No. We're not going down that path. I mean, technically a lot of things would be interesting to go into, because just a lot of things in passing are like very, very interesting. Biology is really interesting. Thinking logically and psychologically, yeah, I know it comes from a positive place. Well, yes. There's knowing something logically, and then there's like fully like absorbing it, which is very different. Because like I can know things logically, but brain do be stupid. However, that positive place does not have room for my input, regardless of what I think of it. Yeah. See, that is a problem. Or it's just like, so, just too much pressure. Positivity. It's like, just let exist. Just exist. Which can be hard for some people to do, I know. At times, I have a hard time letting things just exist. Or it's like, what's this thing? Let's latch on to this thing. My mom is really stubborn, and she knows it, and it's really hard to change her mind or perspective. Yeah. Apparently that happens as you get older. Well, not necessarily. Although I was talking a few days ago about, you can give some examples. Oh no. I immediately, my train of thought just completely derailed off a cliff. People were screaming. There may not be any survivors. A while ago, I was talking to her about thermodynamics, as you do. I was explaining to her how heat worked. And it's like, no, heat doesn't work that way. Because we were using the stove to reheat some soup. As one does. Unless you're me, in which case you just do it in the microwave because you're lazy. I really should use stove and oven to reheat things more often. Especially pizza. Pizza's a lot better. Well, thick pizza anyway. Thicker pizza is a lot better when you reheat it in the oven. It comes out crispier. The way our stove works is that some burners have an inner circle and outer circle. Yes. I don't know what those mean. Aside from just size. Incidentally, we have a very interesting new stove oven. Stove oven, I don't know. Where, like, the pots have to be, like, magnetic in order to register. And we have a little saucepan that's, like, specifically, I got it for melting butter. It was part of a Christmas gift a couple years ago that was themed around popcorn. We also have a little popcorn popping thing to go with it. My parents could always successfully get it to work. I could not. And I found that acceptable because it's like, well, this was for my parents anyway, so who cares? But man, that thing is like, it's small, so it's hard to get it to register on like the two front burners. Like, because it is it is magnetic, so it will register. It's just, you gotta get it in just the right spot. Because if it doesn't register, the stovetop is not going to turn on. It won't do it. It's like there's nothing to heat up there. How dare. You can turn on just the inner circle or the full circle for a larger surface. Yeah. That's how our old stove worked. I'm pretty sure. I could be imagining things. But I'm almost positive that's how it worked. I mean, we had it for years and years and years, so surely that's how it worked. It just became, second nature. And what I was explaining to her, that what I do is use the larger circle to heat it faster. And she explained to me that she used the smaller circle to heat it faster. I don't understand. Okay. Sure, babe. Why not? What was her thought process that it was like more focused? And in my head, I thought, okay, this can be a teachable moment where we can learn something. Yes. Usually, that's what parents think about. When with children, but then the children get older and then it goes in the reverse. It's the circle of life. It's beautiful. What was the next thing I was gonna type? Shit, I don't remember. Her thought process was that on the smaller burner, the pot covered 100% of the burner, so 100% of the heat was being used. I mean, okay. I guess. I mean, but doesn't... Wait. Brain. I can't brain. Yeah, I'm gonna look at what I was gonna type next. You just continue explaining your science. And I explained to her that on the larger burner, 100% of the pot had to be covered because it's about the heat that comes off the burner, not how much the pot covers. Yeah. I mean, that makes sense. Okay, so there was learning things, do more collabs, affiliate, become affiliate, do a little content calendar so I know what the fuck I'm doing. My way heats faster because there's more heat to begin with, so more of the pot is covered. Alright, so story talk. There's... And she just looked at me and said no. Okay. Alright. It's like a me thing. Just no. No. All the things, all the words you just said, no. It's like, what do you mean no? No. Just no. Simply no. The simplicity is beautiful. It was that kind of no that says, I don't care what you have to say. I'm not going to change my thinking. Ah, yes, that one. And at that point, you're just like, okay. I'm tired. I need to take a nap. It reminds me of Moo, my maternal grandmother. Oh. She was spicy, but an exhausting woman. I can see more and more of her and my mother every day. Which I don't think my mom would like hearing, but... You know how it goes. So in most cases, I don't rock the boat and engage as little as possible. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I mean, logically, I suppose, it makes sense that at some point you might not want to continue. What the fuck was I writing? I don't remember. Look, video editing, live 2D rigging, voice acting. I nurture my curiosity and compare how I logically think with other people, at least IRL. Oh, yeah. Well, if it's discouraged, I can see how that would happen. Although I feel like it is necessary for me to encourage you to do it IRL more often, but also, I also feel like it's necessary to be like, but only when you're comfortable doing so. Because, you know, sometimes you gotta push yourself, but when it is time to push yourself, that's a very personal decision to make, and, you know, you see, it should be with somebody who has an open mind. Yeah. Yeah, you'd have to have somebody with an open mind in the first place and stuff. It's a very... My mom isn't that. Yeah. Well, I mean, it doesn't sound like it, no. It's definitely a very personal thing. It's like, some things you can push on and some things you can't yet. And that doesn't necessarily mean that you'll never do that, but maybe not with, like, this person, or maybe not right at this moment. I don't know. Right. There were other things. Oh, literary terminology. Literary things. I'm just gonna say literary things because that's what I feel like doing. And... what is that? My mom can also be racist. Well, you know. So, you know what? I'm just gonna pray she doesn't stir up trouble on her own, and I'm not gonna touch that. Yeah. I'm pretty sure my maternal grandmother was racist. As long as you don't push those things too hard or get into any kind of conversation, it's like we can just avoid that. Because apparently we were all just like too... Like really? Surely morally or something you should deal with that. And I don't mean you specifically, but in that case I mean like the general you. Just people in general. When relatives are like that, it's like, should we be dealing with that? Probably. But also life is short. I think my siblings just agreed with her to minimize discussion. Yeah, probably. They're probably just like, okay, Mom. It's weird when Moo was alive and we would just be like, okay, Moo. Okay. Let's have dinner. Nope, stop talking. Stop talking, please. Just let us pretend that you're not crazy in that way. During Christmas, they came over and my mom was like, man, can you believe this country is full of this ethnicity? They're ruining the country. Oh, no. And my sisters were like, oh, yeah. At some point, it just turns into smiling and nodding like, that's interesting. That sure is an opinion. That is an opinion. No adjective there. Not gonna throw an adjective in there. Just say that's an opinion. Anyway. Try not to judge people who would just be like, oh, okay. Because realistically growing up, we were also those people. We were just like, okay, Moo. Please stop. And we had to save each other from her because then you get stuck in a conversation with her and then it's just a whole lot and then she gets passive aggressive. Well, she got passive aggressive. Towards the end of her life, she would refer to me as like the grandchild that she hardly knows, and it's like, you don't know me any more or less than you know like any of my other siblings realistically. I mean, come on. What do you want from me? Mind you, she also wouldn't, like, reach out either. So basically it was kind of like, my grandchildren don't visit me enough. Or talk to me enough, rather. Not visit. It's like, okay, did you call them? No. Okay. Well, it does take two and, you know. I'm also not sure how much my mom actually told her about my whole situation growing up. I have a feeling that a lot of it was like basically the same, like I just don't have the energy to try to explain this to her. Which, you know, creates problems in itself. But we're not here to deal with that today. I don't have the professional training to address that. The only professional training I have is in regards to, like, first aid and CPR, and that was just really a class and also practicing on mannequins. So really, I only have theoretical training. Like, that's about it, which is kind of terrifying to think about, because it's like, you don't know how you're going to act in an emergency. So it's like, what if I just freeze? Which we did discuss, incidentally, is that my fear response is to freeze. Not to, like, I'm certified in psychological first aid. Well, there you go. There's that. I know that my response to, like, really... I have heard that that's a thing, but it still sounds silly to say it out loud. It just sounds like something that seems funny, but it is real. I know that the company that I work for does offer training, like, actually, for, like, mental health first aid. I took an online class on it a while ago. Yeah. It's an option. I am not trained in that myself. We are only required to do the physical first aid training. I'm certified in positive thinking. Well... That just sounds like a therapist normally. But they're, like, hella certified in positive thinking. Like, they have a doctorate in positive thinking, or whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about, as you can probably tell. Literary thing. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it as literary things, because that's just vague enough. That it's like, I'm gonna look at that later and be like, what? Actually, I think therapists are more certified in realistic thinking. You know what? Fair. That does make sense. Also, it depends on the therapist that you get, and your individual situation, what it's gonna require. You know, as I'm looking at this dragon, I'm thinking, man, I should have gotten, like, the purple one. Like, it's a really dark purple, but it's like, nah, this'll pop more. Anyway. I've forgotten what I was doing. Oh, speaking of positive thinking, I finally did the thing this year that I say I'm gonna do every year, and then I never do it. Where it's really easy. Yeah. Basically every day, more or less. It doesn't actually have to be every day, really, but it should, ideally, every day. Write down one thing that you're happy about, or one good thing. If Loon ever gets a sponsorship for a certain therapy service, I'm gonna need to check in with her about the organization. Yeah, I've seen a number of people get sponsorship through them, and then I hear bad things about them. In fact, anything that anyone gets sponsored by, I hear bad things about them. At some point in my life, I was like, I don't have the bandwidth for this anymore. And people are like, you shouldn't shop at Hobby Lobby, and it's like, okay, I'll try not to, and then I'm like, they're the only one that has the yarn that I want, and it's like, well, people out here are so, I'm sure that's a great excuse for, you know, the people who they hurt, and I'm like, I can't. I can't. I just want some fucking yarn. I know, that's dumb, because, like, it's a whole thing. Where, like, specifically, a thing that my counselor was like, you seem to take on responsibility for, like, everyone else's feelings, even when they have nothing to do with you, and then it exhausts you, and then maybe I'm just weird, but I've learned in practice not caring. Well, I think, in my experience, what I've learned so far is that you can only care so much. Eventually you will get empathy fatigue, I think it's called. So everybody cannot care about everything all at once. It's like, you know what, you care about this thing, okay? You care about that a lot. And you do things to change that, and I'll care about these other things, but we cannot care about all the things. Not all of us can care about all the things. It doesn't work. Our brains aren't built for it. It just isn't going to work. We're just going to get overloaded, and then we're going to shut down, and then we'll become apathetic, and we won't care about anything. Ever. Well, not ever. That's not how it works, obviously. There's a recovery. Anyway. When I need a product, I don't think it's my business that they harm animals across the world. Well, look. If I learned anything from watching The Good Place, it's that there is no way to get in. There's just no way to not buy into something that's harmful to someone, some creature somewhere in the world. The way that the world is built currently is there's you'd have to go so far out of your way, and I mean really far. You'd have to basically leave society and create your own country. And where would you create it? You'd probably hurt people doing that because then it's a whole thing. People farm and butcher my favorite animal, and I'm okay with that. Look, I'm alright with being part of the food chain. Worms can eat me when I die. And I will eat animals. Dead ones. I don't want to eat living animals. That's cruel. That seems really cruel. I'm not that okay with the whole concept of how they cook lobster and crab, but apparently there's a way to get around that with a needle, and it's more humane so anyway. And that's great. It's cool. Awesome. It's very complicated. It's all very, very complicated. Nothing is simple ever. It's very depressing. Possibly. Sometimes. Unless you get really apathetic about it. I think I used to care too much about things. Well, see, there you go. And then you burn out, and then you get apathetic. So to prevent apathy, you have to not care about everything. There are other people to care about it. It's okay. Not companies, I mean pointless little things. Well, doesn't everyone? Sometimes I think back to when I was 14 and someone in a fan forum for the Mighty Ducks animated series was talking about how a year ago their cousin died tragically, very young. Let me give you some examples and see how pointless they were. Okay. And someone broke into their house apparently and stole some stuff out of their cousin's room, their dead cousin's room. And they ended it by saying, I guess God is still punishing us, etc., etc. For what? I don't, just punishing, just for no reason. And which looking back is yeah, that I can see how they would feel that way, that the world is against them, that God is punishing them, and they don't know for what. It's just punishing them. But I latched on to the whole God is punishing us thing because I was religious as a teenager, and I was well, God doesn't punish you, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, I think about that a lot, and this was over 20 years ago, and I think, wow, I shouldn't have said that. I hope they're doing okay. I literally left the forum after that. I was you know what? I'm not part of this fandom anymore. Not because I slept on it, and then I woke up and I was I don't want to see any responses. I want to leave that forum. I'm not even gonna be part of the fandom anymore. I'm just gonna leave because that was a bad idea. That was terrible, and I shamed myself out of a community. I don't even know what the response to it was, but it haunts me. Anyway, I hope they're doing okay. I hope I didn't hurt their feelings and make them more sad, because what the fuck is the point of that? Why would 14-year-old me do that? Because 14-year-old me was a bitch. She was stupid. This is a lie. 14-year-old me was a child, so she didn't understand shit. Doing stupid things as a teenager is normal. I mean, it's not good, it's just normal. I had a Discord server with friends and somebody moved one channel, thus changing the order the channels appeared, and I lost my shit and had a panic attack. Ah, yes. I can see how that does seem pointless. It does, but also brains do be braining. Oh, speaking of pointless things, none of them have given me a panic attack, but lately. I feel the need to clarify lately. One thing that is annoying me more than it should, like more than reasonably, it reasonably should, is that like in a Discord server, there people post like work in progress pieces of character designs that they're doing, and so a lot of them have like Barbie doll nudity. And for some reason, some people started like spoilering anything that had Barbie doll nudity, and in the rules for this format specifically says Barbie doll nudity does not need to be spoilered. And so it drives me fucking crazy. And every single time they're like, it's spoiled for Barbie doll nudity, and I'm like, you don't need to fucking spoiler it! But I don't say that to them because that's rude and also completely fucking illogical. that it would bother me so much. I guess that's just a pet peeve. My logic was that server was a home to me, and to see something out of place was like a personal attack. Yeah. Although, I think it was more justified because I think a couple people moved some more around because they thought my molding was funny. So somebody was definitely being an ass. Yeah, that does sound like a dick thing to do. On the other hand, I could see how they might have thought, like, you weren't being, like, super, super serial. And they were like, haha, funny joke. Make fun of friend. But like, in a good way. But it turned out, like, actually no. It's like, actually, that was not the vibe. Turned out that was not the vibe. They made a mistake. Ended up being an asshole. So how is everybody's 2024 going so far? That was only been a few days into it. I'm already semi-panicking because of health insurance. And I got a message from my old health insurance that's like, welcome back. And I'm like, wait, no, I don't. Wait, because this is expensive. I'm trying not to panic. Like, I can't verify it. But I think they knew and were picking on it. Rude. Yeah. I've become distracted. I think... But they were the only ones who would. Oh, I asked them and they said it wasn't them, but they were the only ones who would. It doesn't really matter now. No, doesn't matter anymore. Right. So one thing I might want to do is do an outfit update. But not with a capital U. Why? Because I have poofy sleeves. And you might not think that that's important. But if you look at a lot of assets, like hand assets, arm assets, or whatever, now obviously if they hold still, if they're just like PNGs, it's easy enough to take that layer from my model and like in Paint Tool SI and adjust it and put it over. That's one thing. That's fine. Another example is a friend changed their nickname, and I also had a panic attack about that. See, The fact that you had panic attacks about these things is indicative of a deeper problem that was caused by something else, so I don't think we can judge these things really as being pointless because there was already some other influence somewhere. Causing issues. But again, not trained in this, so I have extremely limited knowledge. The reason for that puffy sleeves can be kind of a problem is because if you get like assets that are like movable, that are like live 2D assets, you know, that are like they're live 2D models in and of themselves, like I don't think I attached it to anything. Let me check. Items. No. No. Okay. I was thinking of the, what do you call it? I'm doing the hand motions, but you guys can't see, so that's not helpful. The hand asset that's holding a controller. I know I used it at some point the other day. And, like, it moves because it's a model. And, like, it has, like, different expressions, more or less, that you can control and stuff. But since it is a model, I cannot simply edit the texture to add on poofy sleeves, because it's only, the model only has, you know, arms, so the texture is limited to that space. I'd have to actually go in to, like, the Live 2D Cubism thing and into a file for that. So I'd have to have the editable files to add my poofy sleeves onto it. Whereas if my sleeves on my forearms were like skin tight, that wouldn't be an issue because I could just directly edit like the stuff that's there. So I might do an outfit update. Just to make my life slightly easier. But speaking of updates, I would like to actually design and I don't know if it would be rigged. I'd like to get it rigged, obviously, but I want this year to do the biblically accurate design for my model. At the very least, even if I don't get it rigged. Or if I don't rig it myself. Again, I am poor, so it would have to be me. I do want to rig my True Eye, though. I don't know why I named it True Eye. Like, in the files, that's just what it's called. As opposed to Third Eye. It's my True Eye. Anyway. Obviously, would be at the center of the biblically accurate design, and there would be a lot more eyes. But yes, I would like to actually do the design this year. I also have some ideas for other alternate designs that are somewhere between this and the biblically accurate one. But obviously, the biblically accurate one would be more of, you know, a horror freak show. So... As it should be. As is true and right. And good. Let me get rid of these while I, hold on. Whoop. Other examples are less about panic attacks and more trying to help where it wasn't worth the trouble for me in the end, which, saying it now sounds bad. No, I get that one. I feel that one in my soul. Because I've done that. Sometimes I get in a really helpful mood for complete fucking strangers. I will stay... Okay. There was someone who asked for, like, design input ideas for, like, making a dainty or whatever. And so I actually made 2 new Pinterest boards for them, and I spent hours on it. Like, hours and hours hyperfixating on it. I stayed up really late. Which they appreciated. They did. It's just, like... was that really necessary? It wasn't like, oh, I wanted to benefit more than this. This isn't worth it. It was like, I saw my friend was having trouble with something I was experienced with, and I was like, hey, do you need some help? I can help you with that. And then they said no, because they don't like accepting help from others. And they were like, no, you don't have to. I don't want to bother you. You know, that reminds me of a comic that I saw recently that did not land the way the author perhaps wanted it to. The comic is, and I insisted that it would go much faster, and I'd teach them to do it much faster, and they still rejected my help. Way too ingrained in my head. Can hear your clock chime over the background music. Yeah, I can't hear it myself because the background music is literally right next to my ears. But yeah. That's just... Also, it's just general background noise for me, so, like, would I really notice it? No, probably not, even if I weren't wearing headphones. It went back and forth for a long time until they finally caved in and I helped them out. And in the end, was it actually truly worth all that? They felt bad, I felt frustrated. Yeah. Yeah. That sounds like 2 people with... different sets of, I don't know if I'd call them issues, but different sets of some word. There's a word for it, I'm sure. Clashing, 2 sets of clashing things. Word. Interacting. Like, the whole thing with, like, friends that, oh, my screen just changed color. It's 10 o'clock. Words. I'm also starting to fucking lose words entirely. What else did I want to do? I may have to switch gears because... Right! Comic. The comic that I saw, it was a whole big to-do on Twitter. Where basically one person who was like, so now I'm just gonna trust people to say what they want and say what they mean. You know, honestly, probably a safe bet. And I mean, there can definitely be nuance to the way people say things, but it's like... Honestly, it's the safer choice to be like, just tell me what you mean. Truly. Of course, then there's the whole thing of, like, do they actually know what they want? Do they know what they blah, 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 blah. But that's other issues. And that's not on you to figure out, so... So this comic that this person did was showing two people, like red and green, if they want help figuring out what they want, they'd be willing to help. Yeah, exactly. They could be like me and just don't ever want to ask for help ever, because then you're imposing on your friends. And apparently, in your brain, you're like, this is bad, even though your friends wouldn't mind at all. Or even want to help you. Like I said, the clashing issues. If they say no, alright, see you later. Yeah. I mean, of all the options, that does seem like the best thing. Supposedly, this is a healthy way to go about things. Yeah. Yeah. So I've heard. No, I should focus on what I'm doing. Let's do the Starling mascot. That is one thing that I do want to do this year, is do a little guards against manipulation, encourages people not to beat around the bush and just be upfront with you. Yeah. Makes sense. I tried to fight myself on the Starling thing and be like, no, we don't need to do that. We can do something else. And then I was like, no, fuck it. Starlings are cute. And that would be like a text-to-speech thing. So I would like to implement that this year. I would like to... I don't know if it would be a rigged thing or more of a... What am I thinking of? PNG tuber sort of thing. Yeah. Well, PNG TTS. You get what I mean. There it is. It's like, I can't click on that. But that is something that I want to do, but I'd have to make the asset myself, and I'm bad at drawing wings, which is really unfortunate because I have 6 of them. Yeah, part of me did want to talk about the comic because I found it interesting in that... But my attention is getting so split that I don't know. I don't know. It's... Okay, let me try to explain it. Basically, red and green are friends, okay? And... green... hasn't talked to red in a really long time or something. And kind of ignored them or some situation. I don't know. And then red is like, so... you missed me. Right. And green is like, yeah. But you didn't want to bother me, so you ignored me instead. For months. Or weeks or whatever. And they're like, yes. And, went through this whole thing where red was like, I've told you about this before, how you can, like, trust me with this, and blah, 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 and just be upfront with me, and tell me that I know that you have issues and stuff. But we can work through it together because we're friends, and green is like, really? And then red is like, yeah. But not this time because I'm done with your bullshit. Okay, bye! And the author was surprised that this landed poorly with people. Which... I think what a lot of people... Like, okay, the author had a point in that if this is a repeated thing, like a lot, over and over and over, it's, not necessarily saying that, like, green is, like, a bad person or a toxic person. It's just like, their mental health of these two friends is clashing, and for the good of red's mental health, they must stop the friendship with Green. It's like, okay, that is a fair point. And the people defending the comic are basically, I think that's what they want to argue. I think that's what they see when they read it, but other people just saw, like, basically Red say, fuck you to Green because your mental health is shit and you're terrible at this, so fuck off. I'm not going to be understanding at all. I am just going to abandon you, which is exactly what you were afraid of. So I am, therefore... what do you call it? Something in your fears. Confirming or something your fears. And, now you're just going to do this more. So I'm actively making your mental health worse. Which they also have a point, because here's the thing. This is like a 4-panel comic. The way that this comic was set up was to mislead the reader, basically. It was set up like a punchline. Kind of. Because the entire setup for 3 of the 4 panels, was basically like showing that this friend is being understanding and supportive of their friend, blah, 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 blah. And the way that things change in the 4th panel subverts your expectations. It subverts the audience's expectations that this is going to end wholesomely. Because that seems to be what it's leading to. We are used to seeing things like that setup going and leading to a wholesome ending. And instead they subverted that, which is often like, kind of the setup for something, a joke. It's funny. It's meant to be funny. At the expense of, in this case, Green, the one that, with the problems, and then, Red fucks off. Because they're like, hey, I can't deal with your shit anymore. So it doesn't actually go into, like, the complications, all the details of, like, okay, you've done this repeatedly over and over and over, and it is affecting my mental health, and so I need to step back from this relationship. That is how you present that information. That is how you present it. You have to be upfront about it if that is your point. The problem arose like when they subverted the expectations like that, because that comes across as a joke at the expense of, the Green one who is being abandoned now. And basically they're saying, flipping them the bird and being like, fuck you. I'm out. Which, like, if you don't have the context of the rest of the context of, like, this has been done repeatedly over and over and over and over again, it just comes across as Red being an asshole to Green and being a terrible friend, a terrible person in general. So it was interesting to see people's different reactions, especially when, like, people made their own versions of the comic for different ways it could have ended, and the person was like, yeah, that's one way it could have ended. And it's like, yeah, okay, here's the thing. You did the story in a way that did not serve what you wanted to say. Oh my god. Long story short, they did the story wrong for the purposes they wanted, for their purposes. And then they were, surprise Pikachu face when people reacted poorly to to their point. When it's like, yeah, well, you made Red look like an asshole. So yeah, people are gonna react poorly to that. And it became a whole thing on Twitter. obviously a small subset of Twitter. I mean, Twitter is very much like what you make it with who you follow and shit. So, and what posts you interact with. Anyway, that person, the author, was being stubborn and acting like kind of a dick. So I was like, okay, well, I'm done with you. I don't want to interact with your posts anymore. It's like, I liked one of your posts once, and now Twitter's recommending you to me, and your reaction to the reception of this comic has not been great. I'm not saying that they're a bad person, just that they were being kind of an asshole about it. Which is pretty normal. That's how most people are. Sometimes you can be an asshole about things. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person overall. Just you're being a fucking idiot about this one thing right now. Example, me when I was 14. I wasn't a bad person. I was just fucking stupid ass 14-year-old who didn't know any better, and well, clearly she did, because the next day she regretted it greatly, and yeah. Starling mascot, and there's the PC upgrades, just PC upgrades in general. I have several that are already here that I need to do. I think I do not have a new hard drive, or an additional one. I have 2 more ports in my case that I could use, and given the cost of a new, like, SSD even, not even hard drive, but, like, you know, it's like a terabyte or something. The cost has gotten a lot better, so I should actually look into that. So, more space. Just more space. And I have more RAM and shit, which I already have that. I should enlist my father's help in that, especially because he is retired and, you know, he has time. And another thing I wanted to do, I'm gonna wrap this up soon, but there are readings. I actually did come up with, now ideally this would be like a, what do you call it? A redeem of some kind. But I did come up with a little thing. A way to kind of spin it. Sometimes I feel bad seeing how much effort you put into streaming compared to me. Now, stop that. Stop that. That, look. I'm just fucking extra. Stop. Stop.
Silence! I kill you!
Exactly. But basically I wanted to spin it as like, because I don't want to do like a long thing. Kind of like on Loon's channel, they have like she has like a single card draw thing that you can do. I was considering making it kind of a game. I wasn't sure what to phrase it as, because for me it would be kind of like a plot check. But at current, I suppose I could do it for like new followers, or, you know, for people who have already followed, obviously, because you don't have to unfollow and follow again. That's dumb. But basically the concept would be like, sort of like some reading things, spreads, there we go, that's the word I was looking for. Or like, what message does the universe have for you, or something. So it's like, you know what? How about what message does your personal narrator have for you in this given moment? I was like, how can we play with that? So my whole thought process was to make it a little game and be like, okay, let's give you basically give someone the choice. Like, I'll pull the cards, but I want it to be a little bit more interactive. Like, the whole concept is, I pull 3 cards representing the beginning, middle, and end of a story. Somewhere in that story is a message, a meaning. As in many stories, there are, meanings interwoven in the story. So basically the concept is you choose the card. Where has your narrator put the message for you? You can choose the beginning, the middle, or the end of the story. And whichever one you choose is going to be the right one, because your narrator is the one narrating your story. So it doesn't matter which one you choose, but I thought it would be fun to have people choose the card, which it more, I don't know, maybe it's stupid, but I think it's kind of cute. I know this would inevitably end in like, well, what were the other 2 cards? And it's like, no, this is secret. Some things in life are a mystery, and what the other 2 cards are is a mystery. Although I suppose that could be actually a, when I do get redeems, like a higher level redeem would be a 3-card draw. So that's also an option. But for like personal resolutions, well, one of the things that I'm doing is like writing down a good thing that happened every day, and putting it in a thing. And so like next New Year's, I can like reach in and pull things out and be like, what good things happened this year, and just have some randomly. Which I've wanted to do for a number of years, but I've never done it, and now I am doing it, so. Oh, right, and for setups, something I thought of actually, hold on, it's not just PC upgrades, it's actually set up hand cam. Because I realized something in addition to, being able to, well, A, do tarot readings, like, on hand cam, that'd be great. And of course I could do, like, crochet and shit on there, maybe. I'm not sure if that would actually work out the way that I would want it to, but given, like, the angle that it would have to be, whatever. It makes sense in my head. The other thing I realized is that I do have some miniatures and stuff, so I could actually, like, do miniatures on stream, and that might be, like, a fun thing to do. But I have to actually set up the hand cam first. And it's a very crude setup. Technically, I think I have everything I need. I am hesitant about the whole lighting situation. I did get a new lamp for Christmas, though. We'll see how that goes, because I haven't set it up yet. But I think that's it for, like, stream-related resolutions. But yeah, like I said, personal resolutions, or, do the whole, like, good thing every day of the year. Or for every day. It doesn't actually have to be every day. The other thing I wanted to do was do more tarot readings, like, for myself, and do, like, a tarot journal and shit. Obviously also not every day, because, like, that's not really necessary. To keep a journal, you don't need to do it every single day. Like, you could do it once a week. It doesn't really matter how often. It does kind of matter how often, in that, like, you can't just not do it at all, but actually doing it would be helpful. But I wanted to do that because I found, hold on, I'm getting a box Oh god, this is heavy. You know what else I should do? I should dust. That's not gonna happen. I think we can safely say that. It's not going to happen. Which one do I want to use? Yeah, I have too many. If I planned and held a collab, would you be interested? What would we be doing? I mean, yes, but, like, what would we be doing? Because, like I said, I want to do more collabs with, like, you and Loon and Zix and various other people. Ideally something that you'd be able to do in the first place. Well, yes. Just like doing... Well, I guess I should use the literary tarot. That Lethal Company is my first thought. Definitely yes. One day, I endeavor to be better at Lethal Company. I think this box top may be in my way. Like, of the camera, literally. But things I have found is that, well, something that many people use tarot for is, and tarot journaling for is, you know, actually, let me switch to just chatting. How about that? There we go. We don't need to see the screen. It helps organize your thoughts and, you know, figure out, like, make you face things that are like, okay, what? There's a sticky thing on the back of this guidebook, and it stole a card. Said, I'm taking this card. But yes, definitely Lethal Company. This is my card now. Okay. What? Hold on. Oh, I guess I actually could. Nope. Nope. Too late. It's too late. I think if I host or plan collabs, I worry nobody will be interested. Well, this is a lie that your brain is telling you because your brain tells you lies. As we all know. I'm not sure I know that many people who were not mentally, you know, ill in some way. So I'm used to being like, yeah, brain do be lying. The brain do be lying. What I wanted to do, this would be much better with a hand cam, but obviously I don't have that set up yet. My brain tells me I'm a confident and capable person. Is that a lie too? No, that one's the truth. See, it's a fun game that you can play with your brain. It's like, what is the truth and what's the lie? Isn't that a fun game to play? We love that game. Okay, well, if I'm doing this for streams specifically with regards to streaming, perhaps I should do a smaller one because I don't have that much space on my desk. Year ahead tarot spread. Sure. Well, I don't know, maybe I should do 12. You guys think I should do 12? I mean, technically it would be 13. And I mean, since I'm not doing it on camera, I guess it doesn't really need to look that nice because, you know, I think I used to be really unconfident and incompetent, so I started acting the opposite to be ironic. That's why I started saying y'all. And now I say it unironically. Never do something ironically, guys. Unless you're prepared to do it unironically for the rest of your life. Because that's what's gonna happen. Ironic, isn't it? No, don't show me the card. Actually, you know what? We'll take it. That one jumped out at me. I mean, I used to pretend to like boobs as a joke. It's not a joke anymore. I unironically love boobs. They're so cool. Like, I love the whole jiggle physics thing. And keep in mind, of course, before developing a sex drive, I kind of did similar. Yeah. Same, except, you know, I just... still ace. Sometimes I'm like, I wonder what this is like for allo people, because I just think jiggle. Similar to how I feel about pinups, where it's like, I just think pinups are cute, you know? That's why I posted that thing on Twitter. I actually did that last year, but I made the updated version with, like, the eye and the wings. I'm actually gonna deal that one back in, because I don't care. And I haven't fully decided what spread to do yet, if I'm doing 12 or not. But yeah, I guess it doesn't have to fit on that camera, because Lethal Company is the obvious choice. It is the obvious choice, it's true. Yeah, Loon, join us in Lethal Company. You guys can live, I'll die. Repeatedly. I will jump through geometry and fall through the world. It'll be great. Shit. Okay, I love the literary tarot. I do, but it's so hard to shuffle. Let's see. How can I progress? So I think you'd like it for some casual friend runs. Wait, what's DRG? What does that stand for? I'm thinking now. What do be that? I'm subconsciously given up putting it forward as a game suggestion. What is it? Is it a secret? I am struggling with these cards, dear God. Okay. No, not that one. No, that's too many. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, we ball. Let's do... Yeah, I don't have enough room on my desk for this. It's 1... 2... 3... 4... I'm trying to do this without them falling off my desk. It's 5... 6... 7... Why am I saying it this way? 8... 9... Is that right? 10... Yeah. I can count, and I can place things. Doc is playing Cyberpunk. Woo! I love when I get random notifications from Steam. The other day I did get my recording in for my 1 year of DRG retrospective. I think the least I could do is try and think differently about if people would be interested in collabing with me. Because, like, I'm kind of always up to collab, on or off stream. I mean, fair, same. I I just try to be careful because I know I have limited energy. So I'm always like, okay, when do we... It's like, let me not overextend myself. Yeah. Thing is, with me spending time with y'all gives me energy. I will say it is a lot easier for me to go, like, more than 3 hours when, I collab, because 3 hours does largely seem... Would I die for y'all? Debatable. Okay, I'm gonna put that under there. I don't actually know what order to do these in. You know what? I don't really know what I'm doing, but that's why I want to do Terra more, because then I can learn Terra. Better. Would I rise from the dead for y'all? Absolutely. Yay! I love that. Page of Parchment. I wonder if I should flip these over one at a time. You know what? I am. I will. I'll have to take pictures of these and post them in, like, in the Discord or on Twitter or something, because they're very pretty. Where's Parchment? I trust you to know the laws surrounding necromancy. This is true. I am a vampire, of course. You know, until the next time we play that game, in which case I'll probably be from another country. That's... ink. Where's Parchment? Woo! Woo! And I have strong opinions about necromancy laws. Look. Like, good opinions, bad opinions, like, what kind of opinions? Necromancy. What kind of necromancy laws are there? Who's trying to limit the powers of necromancy? Page of Parchment. Oh, the Page of Parchment. This is for January. Is actually... The scene on it is from Romeo and Juliet. I am using the literary tarot because, of course I am. It's more like necromancy taboos. Well, you know. What does the guidebook say? It's never easy to draw out the future, and the line between unwavering dedication and doomed fate is as thin as a happy dagger. Woo! Upright mean its keywords are ambitious, diligent, loyal, goal-oriented, consistent. Sounds very January-like. Most people don't understand what it entails. Should zombies have workers' rights if summoned by a necromancer? Debatable, but I do think they should get comfy clothes if their body is safe to touch. That's fair. You know, in the Sunday game, apparently there are laws about necromancy because, like, sometimes people die and, like, in the country our characters come from, it's just like, yeah, we could use Grandma's body to help build a new house. It's fine. I actually lost surrounding that. Let me see if I can find the document. What does it say? It says, dare to love. It's wonderful to be ambitious and faithful toward the task that you were put onto this world for, no matter how arduous it is. This loyalty is your grounding force. Lean into it to see what your future holds. This seems very appropriate for January. I mean, that is when everyone's making resolutions and stuff. Well, maybe not everyone. I don't make resolutions every year, but, you know. Why not? Why not this year? And that has been the whole theme of the stream, kind of. Is making resolutions and everything. Look, my capability to read tarot is extremely limited. Bear with me. I will rely heavily on the guidebook. The Lovers for February. Oh, how fitting! Valentine's Day! Let me find it. I don't remember anything off the top of my head. It's funny the things that I do remember off the top of my head. So where can I put my document about necromantic laws and practice? Anywhere, I suppose. Discord? I don't know. You could post it in Loon's Discord. I don't think you're on my Discord. My Discord remains someplace that's basically for me to post finished art that like I don't finish on stream, but I have worked on stream. And if you don't feel like following Twitter for schedule updates. That's pretty much what it's there for. Oh! Also, for some reason, because I've called it the Astral Library, and then I was like, wait, why didn't I just do the Astral Archive? That's alliterative. Why wouldn't I do that? That's stupid. So I'm probably going to change the name. It's fine. Okay, I do not know this story. The Lovers. The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton. I don't know what that is, but it's a pretty card. Shiny. They're all shiny. Spoiler alert, I love shiny things. I guess this year I should make a Discord. Hey, maybe. Oh, truest love, it bestows the loyal lovers with harmony and unity, but can you discard the yoke of tradition and duty to claim it? The keywords for this card are love, unions, relationships, choices, and romance. Obviously. You could call your server the bottom. Shut up! Like yellow roses sprouting, a wonderful match could be just on the horizon. Draw strength and confidence from this shared bond, even if your love must remain largely unspoken, driven by stolen moments, glances, and shared longing. I choose to interpret this as... do more collabs. That's what February says. Oh my. That's quite the card for March. Kendra, you have an interesting card. Subby study. I do like the idea of the intro rules section being Donde esta biblioteca? Amazing. Yeah, whatever. There we go. I'm not copying that, don't worry. How's my birthday month going down, she asks. How indeed. You know that one Technoblade meme? I caramba donde esta biblioteca. That's what I think of. Amazing. Alright. March is strength. But I said it's interesting because, I know this story just by looking at it. One of the only classics that I ever got through and enjoyed. At least I'm pretty sure it is. If it's not, I'm gonna feel fucking stupid. Yeah, that's what I thought. I mean, it's pretty obvious when you look at it. When you guys see the picture, you'll understand. Strength. The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde by Robert Louis Stevenson. The power of a name is a peculiar thing. Today you draw strength. In ages past, it would be fortitude in your deck. For it is not strength of body you need, my dear, but of spirit. Upright it. The keywords are courage, bravery, confidence, self-confidence, and inner power. Is there anything you cannot do? It needn't matter if the others see you for who you truly are. You know yourself. Indeed, even as the strangeness of the world presses in, you've the mettle to survive it. I like that card. So yeah, not a bad card, Kendra, just... I flipped it and I saw Jekyll and Hyde and I was like, oh, okay. I think this year for my stream, I should probably go forward and make and do things regardless of current or projected success. Yes. Do that. You think about whether things are going to be successful or not? What? Madness! Since I started streaming, well, pretty much from my debut, like literally, it was basically, fuck it, we ball. It's like, am I ready? No. Too bad. Too bad. I feel like I should interpret that, but I just, I don't know. I don't feel the need to add anything to that one for merch. I've already done the strength thing the last 18 months. Can Dr. Jekyll come out to play? Don't worry. Technically, this is for stream. I could do a completely different reading for you. Just to practice.
Pregnant?
Oh my god! That's what's gonna happen, Kendra. You're gonna be pregnant. You're gonna need the strength to get through it. I am joking, of course. Please do not get pregnant. Let's see. January, February, March, April. April is when you move, Kendra. I want to find the original video for that sound again. What? I have... well, shit, I have that on, like, a playlist for myself. Yeah. Let's not speak that into existence. We'll just take that back, thanks. It's not... No. So, I don't know if that means that the strength means that perhaps March will be difficult for Strim. But we will push through and we will persevere. Persevere. You know what? I can't say that word. I think I have trouble saying it. April. This is a pretty card. I mean, they're all pretty. What am I saying? But this one has stars on it because it's the star. So, you know, I'm drawn to it. The Star. Emily of New Moon by L.M. Montgomery. I haven't heard of that one. In an old gloomy house lit only by candles, you shine in the dark, blazing a trail by the light reflecting off your pen. Your spirit calls out to its kin in the world, and when they meet, there's a flash, brilliant and extraordinary, showing you beauty and friendship and love. Upright, this card means hope, inspiration, faith, renewal, healing, and rejuvenation. Even with the many hardships you've endured, you have a gift that sustains you and longs to be shared, a path that beckons you forward. You need only remain courageous. I feel like I throw an extra R into that word too. It's a weird word. Yeah. Anne of Green Gables author. I don't like to say comfortable. Comfortable. Comfort. I'm just gonna wait for a moment until someone brings up the other word, because I know you will. I keep thinking to myself, it's like, no, you're supposed to interpret. And then I get distracted, and I'm like, what? I might have to... Shut up, Rye! Fucking opposite of comfy. The opposite of comfy is uncomfortable. Aminals! Aminals. Cinnamon. What's one word that I struggle with? I think rural. That's a word I struggle with. There's just too many R's. Rural. The R's and the U's, and there's just too much. It's too much. What April's telling me is, keep going, you're doing great. You're doing great, sweetie. Keep going. Whoops, the fuck is this man? Sir, you cannot have that pie. That pie is not yours. What comes after April, guys? Wait. January, February, March, April, May. There we go, May. I had a friend who could not for the life of her say ambulance, and it was precious. Amazing. Do I still say monster wrong? I can't tell. No, that's quills. I need light. I was told that I say monster wrong. I say it like the cheese, apparently. It sneaks out sometimes. I think I tried to correct it at some point in the past, and now I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. If I say it too often, I'm like, wait, am I doing it right? Is it coming back out? I don't know. May is the 6th, May is 6 of Light. The Adventures of Tom Sawyer by Mark Twain. Oh. With your smile upturned like your straw hat, join Tom as he boards the raft which will carry you down a vast river of memories, but be wary not to get pulled under. Upright, this card means nostalgia, memories, healing, sentimentality, and pleasure. As you float down, playing pirates on the wide Mississippi, you will flow into your past, finding comfort in people and feelings you'd forgotten while paying too much mind to Aunt Polly and chiding time. So May is a time for nostalgia, apparently. Does that... I wonder if that means that, we're going to Comic-Con. Kendra and I were talking about that earlier, because the tickets for Phoenix Fan Fusion are actually on sale, like discounted this year. That was my guess. Yeah. We didn't go last year because it was too expensive. Because they didn't go on. There was no discount. Interesting. June. The Hierophant, or the Hierophant, or something. I don't remember what that means. One day, perhaps I will remember these things. But that day is not today. The Hierophant. 20,000 Leagues Under the Seas by Jules Verne. I didn't know that it was seas, plural. I thought it was just sea. I usually pronounce it Hierophant, but I could be wrong. I honestly could not tell you. There might be several valid ways to pronounce it. I have no idea. The captain of this vessel bears a list of orders you must follow to accompany him. His order and orthodoxy bring you certainty in your actions, a divine direction. Upright, this card means tradition, conventionality, conformity, knowledge, beliefs. In his exile, Captain Nemo exists between worlds, and you, through his methods, may join him. Follow the laws and rules you find arrayed before you and plunge deeper into this new world. These depths, like the heavens, have answers that are greater than ourselves. Okay, so that just sounds like a hierophant. We will never know. It's an enigma. It's a mystery. A word with many different ways to pronounce it. See, what this is giving me, the vibes this is giving me is, hey, you know what you should do? You should design your biblically accurate form of for June. Won't be rigged by then, but hey, I can at least come up with a design concept. Maybe that's gonna be my goal by June. It just gives me that vibe. That is a personal vibe that I got from it, so we're going with it. Oh, I know this one. Ace of Ink. That one is Peter Pan. Let me actually find it in the book, though. I've posted a picture of this one before. I chose it out of many of them when I first got the deck, and posted them on Twitter and on somewhere on Discord, I believe. One of the Discords. Yeah, Ace of Ink, Peter Pan by J.M. Barrie. You've got a crow. From your lofty position in the cloud, you can clearly see, and even reshape, your Neverland. If only you can keep the grown-up world at bay. Upright, this card means inspiration, creativity, initiative, enthusiasm, energy. I feel like that's a good vibe for the middle of the year. Your sheer force of will can enable you to do anything, maybe even fly. Pursue your ideas and creative endeavors with zest. If you're not sure what to create next, start with a single happy thought and see where it takes you. The flight comment is very apropos. Given the wings. Sounds very optimistic for midsummer heat. I know, right? Maybe it's like, stay inside. Just be cool. This is fine. Escape to Neverland. Inside your house. Oh god, that's terrifying. I really love the perspective, though. The King of Ink for August. Well, I'm already in ink, so hey. Let's go find the king. That's the knight. The king. Yeah, I know this story. I knew this as soon as I saw it. There is no mistaking those fucking tripods. The King of Ink. The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. Our world is being watched keenly and closely by a great intelligence. Perhaps it is an alien force unknown, or perhaps it's your own daring and creative mind. But regardless, you must be ready to put your existence under the microscope to ascertain how you might survive. That's not how I thought ascertain was spelled. Upright, this card means vision, control, daring, decisive, boldness. To truly innovate, to create entire worlds, you must be dauntless. When you harness this power, there is nothing that can stop you, extraterrestrial or otherwise, and others will follow in your footsteps. Good back to school card. I will have to ponder on the meaning of some of these things after Strim. What? Okay, the ink needs to chill. The ink needs to calm down. I don't even have to turn the page, because September is the Queen of Ink, which is Pride and Prejudice by Jane Austen. Your quick wit, courageous spirit, and fiercely independent nature set you above the restrictive social etiquette that means to silence you. However, your certainty of mind can give way to quick judgments. Don't let your prejudice lead you astray. I feel called out. Upright, this card means confident, passionate, social. Well, that's questionable. Charismatic, vivacious. I like that word, vivacious. You have a lively, playful disposition, which delights in anything ridiculous. You know what? Fair. While the road to love may not seem clear immediately, open your heart and reconsider past judgments. Your Darcy could be right in front of you. That's for September. Social for birthday month. Yep, exactly. Oh, on a tangent, I was filling out my calendar for this year, and I ran out of the birthday stickers that are like holographic. I'm very sad. And that person doesn't sell the stickers anymore. Oh my god! Did I or did I not shuffle this deck? Well, Knight of Ink. Jesus Christ. If the next one is the Page of Ink, I give up. And by I give up, I mean, nothing. I'm still gonna keep going. The Knight of Ink. The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn by Mark Twain. Another Mark Twain one. The adventure embraced is a life of learning, of expectations and recitations refuted, of the awakening of the soul to the truth of the world around us. I just read all that without comprehending any of it. Don't go off. Shh. The adventure lies in the questions life throws at you, and how you answer them. Keywords are courageous, charming, hero, rebellious, and free spirit. There's a reason people are drawn to you. Your carefree lifestyle belies that a sharp, if untapped, mind is open to seeing what's truly right and wrong in the world, bestowing you with the courage to fight for good. Wait, what? Oh, belies that a sharp... Wait. I would not have phrased the sentence this way. This took me out of it a bit. I was like, what? Hold on. Your carefree lifestyle belies that a sharp, if untapped mind is open to seeing what's truly right and wrong in the world, bestowing you with the courage to fight for good. Yeah, no, that doesn't make any sense. You're going to be a vigilante. Vigilante October, calling it now. I think they got confused partway through this sentence, which, relatable. Because it should be an if... Wait. No, it is an if-then statement, but there's no then. I mean, there doesn't actually have to be the word then, but, you know, I've gotten completely distracted by this phrasing. October is the time for being a charming, rebellious, free spirit, apparently. Which makes sense. October is the time for spooky games. We love that. Love that for us. How about you? Oh, thank God. It is a page. It is not the Page of Ink. Wait. Which direction do we go for this? There, that direction. There we go. We're getting there. Slowly but surely. Why is... This page has texture. I could feel your brain spike. Huh. Okay, The Page of Light. Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. Oof. The world is spread out before you, a blank canvas of potential. Let intuition guide you as you decorate it with your dreams, ambitions, and wild hopes. Yet also remain receptive to unexpected inspiration. Upright keywords are idealism, sensitivity, dreamer, naivety, or naivete, however you prefer to pronounce it, and innocence. As you forge your way, delight in the possibility of your prospects and your creativity. But this journey may be thorny. Remember that which is of great worth to you. Take heart and remain persistent. Okay, the big takeaway from this year is remain persistent, keep going, babe. The creativity. Suitable for November, when National Novel Writing Month. Election month going to be thorny. Oh god, you're right. Jesus Christ. Also, well, yeah, anyway. Oh, parchment. That doesn't look ideal. Wait a minute. Oh my god, I know what story this is! And it's for December. Wow. Wow. 4 of parchment. It took me a hot second because there's a lot going on that card. And I was distracted by 2 of the spirits on it in particular, because they're very one of them is very big, as he should be. I need parchment, please. That is the major arcana. Ink. Where's parchment? Light. Quills. Parchment. 4 of parchment. A Christmas Carol by Charles Dickens. Oh, hey, 2 Charles Dickens right in a row. Christmas, that time of spending and hoarding, of charity and greed, of plenty and of want, not to mention visits from reproachful spirits. Ooh. Upright keywords are possessiveness, insecurity, hoarding, stinginess, and materialism. There's nothing so hard as poverty, and you have worked to earn the wealth you have. But beware lest you forge a chain of greed and, like Ebenezer Scrooge, become a tight-fisted hand at the grindstone. How thematic, I know. A dark mourning for, the last month of the year. Not terribly dark, I suppose. I mean, it belies success in the rest of the year. Just a reminder to keep your feet on the ground. And by your, I mean mine. Knight of Quills. Oof. This is the 13th card, which is... Let me go back to it. Basically, just guidance for the next 12 months. I'm not sure if that means guidance for literally the 12 months coming after next December, or for these 12 months. But it you know, you have to be very specific with me. If there is a way to interpret it differently, I will probably find it. What am I looking for? Quills. Wait, is that the king or the knight? That's the Knight of Quills. I know this story. So I am cautious. Oh no! This page is like slightly torn out. That's so sad. The Knight of Quills. The story is Oedipus Rex by Sophocles. So, oh, sweet hero, your mind is as sharp as your blade, and no danger, however boldly prophesied, will turn you back from your goals. But take care you do not grow blind to your own secret history. Do you know who you really are? The upright keywords are direct, impatient, intellectual, daring, and ambitious. Your obsessions and ambitions drive you, and because of your keen mind, you've risen to every battle and every challenge, relishing each opportunity to prove yourself to those who admire you. Even the most complicated riddle is no match for you. Oh. Actually, that's rather positive. Surprising for, Oedipus. So basically, the guidance for the next 12 months is, so it's ending on a prophecy that's gone awry. Yeah, pretty much. But I mean, it's upright, so, better than reversed. Reversed would be, your unstoppable ardor to succeed may blind you to a dark truth you do not want to recognize. So, upright is the good parts of Oedipus, I suppose. In that ambition. But it's also impatience, so. Interesting take on that, okay. I might take pictures of these individually after I finish with Strim, of course. I'm leaving them on my desk. Well, I can take a picture of them like this, as I usually do. Not the incest and murder, yeah. Skip the incest and the murder, please. We don't need that. Thank you. Ugh, the lighting is not my favorite. I'm not gonna lie. Whoops. Wait, let me see it. I need to see the picture. Oh my god. It'll do. I'll take pictures of the individual cards so you guys can admire the art. Oh, hold on. Let me take a picture of the spread that I did. It's basically how I'm quote-unquote journaling so far. Like, I can look at this and think about it later. So yeah, on that note, yeah, that's what we have planned for the year ahead. Not incest and murder, just the ambition. Just go, go, go. Make affiliate. Yay! Maybe become, a biblically accurate eldritch horror. We'll see. I guess that's not really an eldritch horror, but let's be honest. They're very similar. Biblical, eldritch. Very, they have a lot in common. Who? Now, let's see. Do we want to raid anybody? Oh. Well. Okay, this person is not a VTuber. Actually, I'm having second thoughts about that. They are playing Lethal Company, though. Let me check in on them quickly. One of them, at least. I follow both of them. They are a pair. I mean, it looks like they're playing with others, too.
Fuck it up. Don't give a shit anymore. Fuck it up.
You know, I was uploading VODs.
Flip the table, screw you all.
And, that actually triggers a copyright. And I don't care. I haven't made the VODs public. I've just been uploading them to get them, so I can get them off of my computer. And the weird thing is, it has a weird name when I go to look for the details, and it's like some weird ass, I don't even fucking know, some other language. It's like, okay. Oops, I paused it. Now, the question is, do we raid Rhea? Hello Darkness does for me, but only sometimes. It's so weird. Okay. Because it's Rhea and Bryce. And usually the strike is like, no punishment, but we have our eye on you. Yeah, that's what it is. There's some, I guess we could raid Bryce. I tend to watch Rhea more. She tends to have less viewers. So that's part of the reason I tend to watch her more. They play at the same time. They're married. But yeah, you know, well, if she's open to raids, we can raid Rhea. Yeah, I have several things that are like that, Loon, that are just it's like, this isn't a problem, but we're watching you. We see you. It's like, I see you, bitch. I'm gonna watch you. The only time I've had problems with, like, copyright is, strangely enough, on the D&D VODs. Which, of course, aren't public. But, you know. There was actually one where, it was actually completely, like, restricted for that section. I had to either mute it or take it out or something. Just one little background song that played in the middle of a battle or something. It was weird. Alright. Let's see about doing a raid. Oh, also. It is technically still Christmas time until Saturday. So, admire the Christmas tree one more time. Because next time I stream, it'll probably be taken down. Alas. But it'll be here for next year. Also, Wings probably will be unadorned. We'll see about the rest of it. The dragon may stay for a little while. Maybe for all of January. Goodbye, Crimbless Tree. That's what I did tonight. Take down true Christmas decor. Yeah. I mean, you heathen. You're supposed to wait until Epiphany. Jameis actually, when she came down, came down. When she came back from being back east.
Rebecca!
No. Shut up, demons. She, I have quarterly reports this weekend. Woo! Okay, fair enough. You are excused. Let's see. I mean, okay, we could go raid those people. Okay, Andrew's playing Fortnite. I understand. I don't personally like Fortnite. I'm a dirty heathen anyways. That's fair. I mean, I'm one to talk. I just, you know, the shop that I got the holographic birthday stickers for my calendar from. I also have holographic pagan holiday stickers that I stuck on my calendar. Incidentally, I realized that my calendar from last year is actually an 18-month calendar and goes until the middle of this year. But, I don't care. I already replaced it with a calendar that has flowers on it. I could have gotten one that had, like, one of the months had unicorns, which was pretty cool. But I didn't like the rest of the months. So, you know. Oh, I also didn't do the moons. The moon cycles. I have stickers for that too. Because these calendars that I've gotten for the past several years do not have that, and I just like to know. I just think it's neat. I just think it's neat. So yes, dirty heathens all around. Oh, right. I didn't finish my thought. Jameis gave us all, like, an envelope to open for Epiphany. I mean, she said we could technically open it anytime, but don't text her about it until the 6th. So, you know. So I just have it sitting here, so I'll actually open it on Saturday. And she said that there is writing in there that is cursive. So I get to flex my cursive deciphering skills. Which is my unique talent that I've trained for all my life, apparently. Oh, okay. I guess we will raid Rhea, see her play Lethal Company. I don't know how much longer they're gonna go for. They've been streaming for a while, but we'll see. Ow! God. A thunder for the road. Alright. Well. Oh, wait, no. I guess I can't. I don't think she's open to that right now. Either that or something's broken. We'll find out. I'll pick somebody else. Maybe somebody else who is playing Lethal Company. I've been good this stream with the sound alerts. You have been good. Let's see. Because she might have it turned off. Let's see if we can. Oh, it's okay. Well, it's going through. All right. Happy Year of the Dragon, everyone. I will see you next week. Until then, I hope you have a happily ever after, and I will see you in the next chapter. Bye. And yes, Rye, I do have a tail. It's back here. Look at it move. Let's stop.
All the way!
Oh my god!
Victory Town!
Fine. I won't stop streaming
She's gonna
until
be a
that
winner every
happens.
now and then.
Alright, well.
I believe in you.
Some hearts here.
I believe. I believe in you. I believe in Steve. In Steve. Oh yeah. In Steve. Grab the glory. All the way to victory. All the way. Keep on dancing. All the way. Keep on flying. All the way. Keep on, you got this. All the way. All the way. Keep on dancing. All the way. Keep on flying. All the way. Keep going. Keep going.
Stop him. Okay. Enough of that. Goodbye.